Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, a heated family reunion is quickly approaching. Xander Cook has many issues with his estranged mother, but she will be hoping to make amends when she eventually reconnects with him. Days watchers know Bonnie Kyriakis discovered the invitation addressed to Fiona Cook in the wastebasket. Teresa Donovan hoped the invitation would never be sent, but Bonnie arrived in the mail. Since Xander and Sarah Horton have agreed to a double wedding with Teresa and Alex Kyriakis, the simultaneous weddings will pave the way for Fiona's spectacular appearance. Serena Scott Thomas will make her first appearance as Fiona Cook on July 19th, so it won't be long until she sees Xander again. According to the Days teasers, Fiona will have a bold attitude and bring a lot of fun to the table. However, Fiona is also the type of woman who knows what she wants and isn't afraid to pursue it. Although Fiona will desire to reconcile with Xander, may the large riches he is about to inherit influence her efforts? Regardless, Fiona is aware that Xander is Victor Kyriakis' biological son and will eventually reveal the truth in some form. Teresa won't be able to keep all of Kyriakis' money, and once Alex discovers the extent of her deception, she won't be able to keep him either. Serena Scott Thomas hinted at Fiona's particular style in an interview with TV guide Soap Dish. You can bet Fiona will be a memorable character who will undoubtedly change the canvas. Fiona comes in with her own flair, large and in charge, with a twinkle in her eye, Scott Thomas told the audience. It turns out Scott Thomas had no trouble bonding with her co-stars, particularly her TV son. The first time Paul Telfer encountered Scott Thomas, he greeted him as Mum and extended his arms for an embrace, and they quickly built a bond. Scott Thomas also revealed that she's throwing a party to commemorate her July 19th debut and assured DOL fans that Fiona's role is such a hoot. Our Days predictions indicate to both fun and drama as Xander tries to reconnect with his mother after so many years, so stay tuned for updates on whether he'll be able to accept Fiona. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, Sarah will assist Fiona and Xander make amends, so keep an eye out for any good family news. After Leo finishes his column, a fit, fully clothed man approaches his table. Leo refuses to let him sip his water, but the 30-something only wants to know whether he is Lady Whistleblower. I'm a huge fan, he admits seductively. He introduces himself as Carrie, his bearded face framed by wavy brown hair. He lavishes compliments on Leo's writing and requests his secrets. Carrie asks if they can go somewhere more private because Leo refuses to share them in public. Leo and Carrie shake hands in the square. As Alex and Teresa eat Maggie's lemon bars in the mansion, the trio talks about wedding dates. Teresa mentions that Bonnie recommended a double wedding for Sarah and Xander. Maggie reminisces about her and Nikki's double wedding to Melissa and Pete. Alex explains that she and her daughter got along, while he and Xander are barely civil. Maggie offers it as a means to keep the family together. Teresa wants to be married as soon as possible. If that means hitching a ride to Sarah and Xander's wedding, it might not be such a horrible idea. At the pub, Justin tells Xander that Victor would not give half his wealth to Alex unless he was certain he was his son. It's really terrible that Victor lied to him all these years. But why would he want to claim Alex as his in the past if he intended to keep it hidden? He has a lot of questions, but he won't get any answers because Victor and Angelica are no longer alive. Sarah agrees that reconnecting Xander with his family would be beneficial. She cannot make any promises, but she will ask him. Sarah appreciates Bonnie's prompt RSVP. Bonnie recalls mailing Xander's mother's invitation after discovering it in the garbage. Before she can tell Sarah that she mailed it, Xander returns home. Sarah informs Xander of the double wedding idea after Bonnie has left. Those two wankers? Why the hell would we do that? Sarah believes Bonnie made some valid concerns, but she completely understands if he doesn't want to do it. Xander mentions that he's had a double wedding before, which ended in disaster. However, it was devastating since he was marrying the wrong person, which is rarely the case these days. He was fine with Alex on one side and Sarah on the other. Leo grabs Carrie's shoulders and admires his toned bare chest. Carrie pulls on Leo's shirt. In Leo's Salem room, he and Carrie flirt using 90,210 references. Carrie rips off his shirt, revealing a toned body. Leo questions whether he truly enjoys his column. Carrie claims he never misses it. Leo considers him his first groupie. They kissed strongly. Justin gets home to discover Teresa has signed the prenuptial agreement. Teresa intends to live the rest of her life as Mrs. Alexander Kyriakis. I bet, Justin says wryly. When Bonnie arrives, Alex and Teresa agree on a double wedding. Sarah calls Bonnie and agrees to it as well. Justin clutches paperwork while he and Maggie eagerly witness Alex and Teresa. Jack holds back tears as he studies the video footage at Horton House. Paulina sends Chad a message indicating that the crew is ready to travel. It is too late for Jack to request an injunction, but Chad will not do it unless he is on board. It's a lot to ask, but I have to do it. Please. Jack describes their actions in the graveyard with Chad as horrible. A crew member informs them that the casket is ready to be opened. Later, Chad approached Paulina, who had left a message for E.J. Chad stunned Paulina by his suggestion. He asked Paulina to help him exhume his wife's body. Meanwhile, Stephanie arrived to Marlena's house. She wanted to apologize to Marlena for how she had behaved with Bobby. Stephanie believed that Jada was the only one who could reach Bobby. Marlena claimed she'd called Jada, but Stephanie replied that she'd already sent Jada to meet Bobby. Bobby paced around his hospital room, mocking the nurses who had asked him to take his medication. He removed the end board off his bed and stuffed his tablets into the empty gap. Bobby was happy to get Everett out of the way for good. Jada arrived while Bobby was reading a book. He was overjoyed to see her and complimented the novel he was reading, which Jada had previously recommended to him. Bobby suspected Marlena or Everett's neurotic girlfriend had sent Jada, but Jada insisted on seeing Bobby. She still cared about Bobby, even though she understood his past actions was beyond his control. Bobby regarded Jada's remarks as a sign and hoped she would forgive him and allow them to go forward together. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, a heated family reunion is quickly approaching. Xander Cook has many issues with his estranged mother, but she will be hoping to make amends when she eventually reconnects with him. Days watchers know Bonnie Kyriakis discovered the invitation addressed to Fiona Cook in the wastebasket. Teresa Donovan hoped the invitation would never be sent, but Bonnie arrived in the mail. Since Xander and Sarah Horton have agreed to a double wedding with Teresa and Alex Kyriakis, the simultaneous weddings will pave the way for Fiona's spectacular appearance. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.